during this quarantine season. I hope everyone survived. And I just want to say what I learned during this quarantine and then the 2 months of forced family vacations that we have with our family. And I'm interested to hear what you have to say, what your thoughts are, and what you learned as well. So I have a lot, but I'll just share a few things that I learned, and hopefully you probably have the same thing. If not, I would love to learn more about what you got out of this quarantine. So basically, one thing I learned is that God is in control, right? We have no control over our lives. The quarantine just showed us how everything could just shut down in one moment, like the whole world just shut down, like stop, still, and we stop still, and then everything's just going chaotic, and everyone's going all around shopping and stuff like that. So that's one. So we learned that he showed us that he is in control of everything. And for whomever is an unbeliever, that's okay. God is still going to speak into your heart, and he loves us all, so that's fine. All right, second thing I learned is that because everything was standstill, is that we have to adapt to change very quickly. I mean, you go from working 9 to 5 in your office environment and then working from home with all these kids and everything just in your background, every distraction you could think of, there's not much peace, and you realize that you really like going out to work instead of working from home. So a lot of adjusting in schedules, a lot of adjusting as being parent slash teacher, but we'll get to that subject in a little bit. But I learned that, and I also learned that technology is taking over slowly but surely. It's taking over because as soon as the quarantine hit, we had to switch everything via virtually. Everything, church service virtually, school service virtually. Everything was virtual. Even funeral services is virtually. So technology is a big part of our world now. So I learned that. I mean, it was being integrated into what we already were accustomed to, but now it's just like taking full authority and control. I also learned that to always show someone or tell someone that you love them, because it's part of showing kindness, also part of showing love, because you just don't know when the last day. Because I realized that a lot of people that go into the hospitals don't make it out. If they do make it out, thank God that they make it out. But a lot, as we know, as we watch the news, are not able to make it out. They go in, but they may not come out. So it's like you literally have to live each and every day like it's the last day. And during this quarantine, I made an objective for me to keep working, keeping my head high, even though sometimes I had lows, but the lows were very few and very light, because I would pick myself back up very quickly. But I learned that each and every day, take it by the storm and don't take it for granted. Even though you may not feel or see any improvement, which I say to myself, like, okay, I need some more improvement. I push myself, but you're doing something. You're still active. I realized we're getting back to the subject about teacher and parenting and stuff like that. During the quarantine season, we learned that teachers should get paid more. A lot of parents, it's been like the talk of the year 2020, where parents are complaining, oh my gosh, these homework assignments, they're complaining about the assignment, the amount of work, they're complaining about how to navigate. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. So I learned that as well. And parent teaching is not it's not easy, and you must learn how to be patient. So patience is another thing that we just learned during this quarantine that we just don't have. We're praying for it. We're hoping for it, but we just don't have it yet. You really don't get a break. Yes, it felt like it was a standstill, but we really don't get a break. I mean, you wake up, the kids are up, your husband, your spouse is up. You still have to shop, you still have to clean, you still have to do all the necessary errands that you still got to run, even though some stores and some, shops were closed. But you don't really get a break. I mean, even though I said yes, it was like a family vacation, a forced family vacation, but you still had to do what you had to do. Um, and the last thing I'm going to say is that there's always another way around everything. Like imagine this, like even though the stores were closed, we were still able to shop online. Like I was already not a person that loved to go to the stores, so shopping online was easy for me. So it's like, yes, we can't go physically in the stores, but guess what? We can get Amazon Fresh. We can get groceries shipped to our houses. We can get them curbside pickup. So it's like there's always another route to everything that we think that we cannot get done. There's always another route to it. There's always another way. So that prevents us from having excuses day after day. So those are things that I learned during the season of quarantining for 2 months. Let me know what you learned, what you improved on, how this helped you